Hello, everyone. Welcome to Life Testimonies podcast. Tonight, I have a special kind of like a TED Talk, not a TED Talk, like a Christian TED Talk. I want to talk about loneliness. And there are many people out there who are feeling lonely because either they broke off with their girlfriend or their boyfriend, or they're just lonely. But as believers, we're not supposed to be lonely. I mean, we feel loneliness. But as we subject ourselves and our faith to Jesus Christ, we are not lonely. But for those out there who are lonely, there are some things that can help you deal with your loneliness. The first one is that we have to acknowledge our feelings. Recognize that loneliness is a normal human emotion and that it's okay to feel this way. Accepting your feelings is the first step towards addressing them. The second one is build self-awareness. How many of you are actually aware of your own surroundings, aware of the people around you? Gives you the ability just to, enjoy just what God has done for us. I mean, look, we have trees, we have nice clouds, we're alive, we can see, we can hear. Many of us are saying, God hasn't blessed me with a girlfriend or a wife, but God has blessed you with so much more. And when we build self-awareness, we reflect on the reasons behind our loneliness. Are there specific situations or patterns that contribute to your feelings of isolation? Understanding the root causes can help you address them effectively. Now, the third one is that we have to create a support network. We have to have friends, family, those who are believers, maybe a men's group, maybe a woman's group, maybe just a church group where you can lean on each other, talk about your loneliness. I remember once, it was 30 years ago at a church, I remember of all the couples that I've seen, they were created from my church group. There's a male, a female, they didn't know each other. And then they got together and they either got married, had children, or they were dating. Me, it was so hard for me to even find somebody. But when I became a believer, and for all of us, we open up the Bible and we say to ourselves, this is how we're going to live our lives. We are going to live our lives according to what the instructions are, like Bible. It stands for Bible instructions before leaving earth. I know this, what people say, but really ridiculous, but it's true. The Bible are instructions for us to move on. So you create a support network. You surround yourself with people who care about you, such as friends, family, or coworkers. Reach out to them when you're feeling lonely and make an effort to make regular contact or to maintain that. There's a fourth one. You got to know that join social groups or clubs. I mean, many of you don't even want to join a social network. For me, it's like I want to meet my wife. I'm in a park. I'm at a Christian conference. I'm walking through the mall and I bump into her. I know it. Hallmark. That's how they meet their suspective others, right? They bump into each other and it's all just in the script. But in real life, you got to come to a realization that maybe God isn't going to give you a companion until there's one thing you do. You create a support network and you let people pray for you, that God will prepare you to meet that woman, that man, whoever. Another thing is not only about creating a support network but joining a social group or club. You have to engage in activities that interest you and provide opportunities to meet new people. This could be a hobby group, a sports team, or a volunteer organization. That's all you need to do. Many of us do go to church. On multiple occasions, we have joined, engaged in activities. We provide that just go to places that provide us an opportunity to meet new people. Or hobby group, you go to like a social group, a Christian group that gets together a weekend, maybe a photography group. It does have to be Christian, but even just going out with non-believers gives you not only opportunity to witness and talk about the Lord, but you never know that that's what God wants you to do, because your spouse might be in that social group or that club. Don't just ignore it because it's not a Christian group. I've met wonderful Christian people who are in photography groups, movie groups, everywhere. Just be yourself. Go out there and meet people. It doesn't matter where. Another thing you got to know is you got to develop new skills. Now, learning new skills or pursuing personal interests can help you feel more confident and capable, which can make it easier to form connections with others. It's good to do that. Um, I know people are wanting a Proverbs 31 wife, but maybe God wants you to meet somebody, and then with your prayer, your interaction with them, your love, will turn them into a Proverbs 31 wife. They're not going to be a Proverbs 31 wife because you're not married to them. They're just a woman who loves the Lord and is serving the Lord, and she may not even want anything. So stop pushing yourself on them. Let God choose the companion for you. But it's good to have the free will to give yourself to just to the Lord and say, Lord, I pray for the opportunity to meet people today. If you desire for me to meet my girlfriend or my boyfriend today, then I pray that you will take that and encourage your heart or encourage his heart, and whatever you desire for us, then make it happen. But if not, we will still serve you. Stop going to all these bars and places in hopes that you meet a girl, because you'll never know that when you least expect it and you're not searching, boom, there she is. She falls into your lap. Maybe not really, but you might just get to the point where, you know what, I'm tired of looking. I'm going to just trust the Lord. And then I've had that. I know that my friend Don was single and he was looking for a companion. He said, I give up. So he started looking to the Lord. He started reading the word, and boom, Carolyn fell into his lap. And when I met him about 2 or 3 years after the initial meeting at the church, because he went his way and I went my way and we did other things, I met him and I said, hey, it's been like 2.5 years since we've seen each other. Oh, who's this? He goes, this is my wife, Carolyn. How did you meet her? Then he told me, and I'm like, oh, it's true. It's true. Stop looking, everyone. Stop looking. If you don't search, God will provide. That's the secret. Another thing you got to realize is that you have to be open to new experiences. Step out of your comfort zone and try new things. This can help you meet new people and expand your social circle. That's what you got to do. Don't, for me, it's sort of like, like today I went to a Christian conference in Toronto at the Wycliffe College. And I met people. I spoke to them. Of course, I was looking around thinking if there were pretty girls around. But I'm a man, and that's what we do. I'm not like, oh, Lord, thank you, Oh, and you don't be fake with people. You be genuine. You help people, regardless of their situation in life. You pray for them. You say, let me pray for you. God sees that heart. He will provide. I'm not saying that you should think that if you do something good for somebody, God will reward you. It doesn't work like that. Because we are supposed to live our lives serving the Lord, worshiping Him, and there's an opportunity to witness, an opportunity to meet people, then let it happen. If there isn't, what are you going to do? Like, I've been working for 22 years. I've had relationships. I've had them online. I've never met them, but I've had them online. And I had relationships that people I met on, like, in college, people I've met in high school, people I've met in the mall. But just like when you meet somebody, don't treat them like they're your future spouse. Treat them like somebody that God has given you to pray for, to speak to, because you never know the blessings you might get. I think it's very important that you got to listen to people too. I think you should practice active listening. When conversing with others, listen attentively. As they say in French, écoutez. Écoutez. That's what I heard in French class in public school. Listen attentively. You got to have active listening. When people talk to you, okay. So when I'm in a podcast and I talk to people and I interview them, I have to listen to them. Because although I have a list of questions, and I may go down there robotically, so tell me about this and that, and they might be able to answer your question, but there might be a question in that answer. I've had 15 questions set up because I was going to go through all 15 of those questions as an example. An hour would go by, and I've only been able to ask 3 questions, because within those 3 questions, there were 5 questions asked. Like the first question, what was your life like before you became a Christian? And then they would tell you. Now the next question might be, can you give me a little bit of idea what this and that? You just active listen, because if you can active listen, then God, like, even with the Lord, like when you read the Bible, not only read it but listen to it. Maybe God will speak to you, maybe not, but read the Word and understand what it says. So when you practice active listening, when you're conversing with others, not only do you have to listen attentively and show genuine interest, or authentic listening, I like to say, you show genuine interest in what they're saying. This will help you build stronger connections and make others feel more comfortable around you. Like, I understand it's sort of like at lunch the other day, I finally found my headset. And I was, wearing those wired iPhone ones you got with the package. But I have an iPhone 15 now. But I wanted a headset. So I found my headset. I started listening to it. So at lunchtime at work, I was so excited about listening to my headset that I lost touch with everyone around me. And instead of saying to one of my coworkers, "How are you?" "Yeah, how are you today?" I went, Why? I think it's because of something that happened to me the other day, but I know I shouldn't really bring your problems into the work, because you get an opportunity to witness, minister to people who don't know Jesus. That's basically, you gotta share with people Jesus, if you get an opportunity, actually live your life before them. And once you live your life before them, then you never know what blessings you might get. Apart from, like, active listening, you can also be kind to yourself, because loneliness can be tough. But it's essential to be patient with yourself and remember that it's a normal part of the human experience. Practice self-compassion and give yourself credit for the progress you're making. Don't put yourself down. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm just trying to let you know that this works. So be kind to yourself. And I know for people out there who are lonely and who desire a companion, God will provide. But if He says to you, "I'm giving you the gift of singleness," how many of you will accept that? Maybe God's testing you. Maybe if God says, "I'm giving you the gift of singleness," and you say, "Yes, Lord, I will accept it. I really appreciate everything." You don't know whether God's testing you, because I know God tests in some respects, right? Now, some of you may not want to hear this, but sometimes you have to consider professional help. If you're struggling to overcome loneliness on your own, consider seeking help from a mental health professional. Like May was Mental Health Month. How many of you were able just to put everything down and go out? Like I was doing a lot of podcasts. Sometimes I would just like, finally, I got 2 days to myself. Like, for instance, next week, I don't have any podcasts. My next podcasts start July 3rd. For the next week, I don't have anything. So that means that if suddenly someone says, can you do a podcast this week? Boom, I'm all ready to do one. But like I said, if you're struggling to overcome loneliness on your own, consider seeking help from a mental health professional, such as like a therapist or counselor. They can provide guidance and support tailored to your specific needs. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. Jesus is the great counselor, and he's the best therapist you could ever have. Just read the word and it makes you understand how this world is. And basically, that's what we should do. And also, if you're struggling with loneliness, maintain a balanced lifestyle. Like prioritize self-care, exercise, and a healthy diet to support your physical and mental well-being. A balanced lifestyle can help you better manage feelings of loneliness and improve your overall quality of life. That's what we have to do in order to, you know, be lonely in this world as Christians, but we can live our life. So acknowledge your feelings, build self-awareness, create a support network, join social groups or clubs, develop new skills, be open to new experiences, practice active listening. You have to learn. If you're going to meet a companion, they want you to listen to them. They say like, I don't feel so good tonight. And you say, so what are you having for dinner? That's not active listening. You're going to be more sensitive to that. So also be kind to yourself, consider professional help, and maintain a balanced lifestyle. That includes eating well. I lost 38 pounds on keto because I ate well. I got rid of all this other stuff, carbs, high fat, low carb, my mistake, sorry. And that's all you need to do. So for me, to live a nice life, even though I'm lonely, I know that if God has someone for me, he has someone for me. If he doesn't, at least I have him. At least I have Jesus Christ.